So we know that you are going online and doing all the research that you feel like you need to do before you come and buy a car. Yeah, that it is what it is. And so I decided, you know what, I'm going to go on Google and try and find some of these lists that you are likely seeing. And Joey here is going to tell me if, these lists are legit. So I found a do and a don't. So let's talk about it. Okay, so the first one, Joey, do know your budget and your credit score.
Absolutely. Yes, you always want to know your credit score because your credit score will give you leverage. And it gives you time to prepare and it gives you time to research, your monthly budget. And know your budget, absolutely, because the bank will know your budget. When the bank looks at an application, they're going to look at how much you pay out, and just as long as your debt-to-income ratio is within realm, they're going to give you the loan. But, if you make $5,000 a month, and your expenses you're paying out $4,000 a month, it's going to be a lot harder to qualify. So, yeah, you have to know your budget. And within your budget, you have to actually be able to look at these cars and know, will this fit my budget or will it not fit my budget? But the credit score is very important. You can get your credit report free at any website or any bank and, know what you can qualify for. And that way it makes you more educated before you make the second biggest financial decision in a family, basically.
Well, as a new car buyer, I did not know that your credit score impacts your interest rate if you're going to be financing. And so these are things that you can do at home before you go in, and you don't have this sudden come to Jesus realization sort of meeting when you get to the dealership. You already have a plan in place, you know what your budget is, and you can stick to it. Okay, so next one, the do and don't list. Don't only look at the payment. There's more to it.
So that's a good one. So yes, don't only look at the payment. Again, a car being the second biggest financial decision in a family, it becomes a very emotional decision, and that's why I say, do your research before you engage any business, because, next thing you know is you're trying to make the vehicle fit the budget, and you have, just as long as when you walk into it with your eyes open, you have to be able to understand what you're walking into. So, back when I was a kid, 36 months was a max finance you could do on a car loan. That was back in the 70s, and then in the 90s it was 60 months, 72 months, and now you have 84-month financing on cars. And, to be quite honest with you, in an 84-month finance term, if you're looking at strictly just payment, you got to realize that a family's needs and wants and values, they change every 3 years. And if your average trade cycle is 3 to 3.5 years and you're stuck in an 84-month loan, you're never going to get out. Or if you do get out, you're going to have to come to the table with a lot of money to make the next loan fit in with the bank. Or you get caught in the rebate game or the incentive game, and you're using that, and it's kind of like a snowball effect. So it gets bigger and bigger and bigger every time you trade, and next thing you know, you just can't get out. So back when the economy crashed in 2008, foreclosures was the number one default on loans, and then car repossessions fell right behind it because you had these customers in these $25,000 cars paying an $800 payment because they just kept trading and trading, and then the bubble burst, and then everything just fell apart. So, yes, monthly investment is very important because it has to be able to fit your budget. But, know the programs, know the depreciation on the car because, again, people say they'll keep a car until, it dies, but in reality, from coast to coast, the average consumer trades every 3 to 3.5 years. And if you get stuck in a position like that, I mean, it's a worse position to be in.
Life happens, and it is much more than just, don't only focus on, I want that $200 payment or $300, whatever your budget might be. Do your research, know before you come in, and the great thing is that ClassicHondaofMidland.com has all of the tools that you need to be able to make an educated purchase, because that's what we want when you come in. One, to know have a good idea of what you want to do, and know what's going on in the process. It can be kind of confusing, and y'all are here to help every step of the way.
Absolutely. So we, on our finance page of our website, You can always submit an application. We encourage people to shop because here at Classic Honda of Midland, we train our staff. We always want to be able to provide our clients with options. You know, we're never going to push you in the corner and say, sign here, press hard, 3 copies. You know, so you can always fill out an application online. In our finance section of our website, we have exactly how leasing works, what the benefits are. There's even a system in there where it'll just ask you a questionnaire, and it'll tell you if you can lease or if you're a qualified leaser or not. And then, you know, we want to be able to provide you with everything that you have. So when you come in, you know, nothing's a surprise. And the worst thing is, again, it's the second biggest purchase in the family. It's emotional. Then the last thing we're ever here to do is humiliate or embarrass someone or make anyone feel bad. So, you know, we encourage you to shop. We encourage you to go out there and know what your options are, because that's the most important thing.
Absolutely.